Think for a moment, what is it you really want right now? What is it you want today in your life? And then say to yourself, I accept for myself whatever that is. Now, do you really believe you really deserve to have it? Or what thoughts inside of you would you have to change in order to deserve it? If you really believe on some level that you're not good enough, or that life never works for you, or everybody else gets but not you, then you're not going to be able to get what you want. See, what would be the first thought that you would need to think to begin to create this new thing? What would be the building block, the foundation that you would stand on? What would be the sort of thing you would need to know for yourself, to believe, to accept? Well, a good one would be, I love myself, I am worthy, I deserve, I am allowed to be fulfilled. Things that are positive, things that you can believe at the very basis of what you're saying, so that you can build on that. And then do your affirmations on top of that to create what you want. If you really believe that your thoughts create your world, you're going to be very careful what you think and what you say, and you're going to shape your thoughts to create what you want. And remember also, though, that when you first say an affirmation, it may not seem to be true. Because remember, affirmations are like planting seeds in the ground. And when you plant a seed in the ground, that's what you have. You don't have a full-grown plant. You have a little seed that has to germinate, which means it breaks its shell. And then the first little roots go down into the soil and get some nourishment. And only at that point does that first little shoot come up. And it's the same thing with affirmations. It takes some time, to go from a seed to a full-grown plant. And it takes some time from that first declaration to the final demonstration. We need to be patient with the growing season. I like to think sometimes of doing treatment work or affirmations. It's like going to the cosmic kitchen. If you go to a restaurant and the waiter or waitress comes and takes your order, and they go into the kitchen, and you don't run in with them to see how it's going to be prepared and when it's going to be prepared and how fast it's going to be out. You sit and you do what you do. You either have a drink or a cup of coffee, or you drink your water or your tea, or you talk to your friend, or you eat your rolls and butter, and you assume that that's going to come out. Well, I think it's the same thing once we begin to do affirmations or treatment work. We've put it into what I like to think of as the cosmic kitchen, and the great chef is working on it. So you go on with your life, and you know that it's being taken care of. And if the issue comes up in your mind, you can say, that's being taken care of. It's on order. It's happening. Now, if you're in a restaurant and they bring the wrong order out, or it's not what you ordered, and you have self-esteem, you'll send it back. If not, you'll eat it. You also have a right to do that with the cosmic kitchen. If you don't get exactly what you wanted, then say, no, that's not quite it. This is what I want. But perhaps you weren't clear in your ordering. What if you've been on the pathway and doing the work for some time? Does that mean you have nothing else to learn? Are you really going to sit on your laurels and just rest? Or do you realize that this inner work is a lifetime occupation, and that once you start it, you really never stop? Or you can hit plateaus and you can take vacations, but basically it's a lifetime work. So you want to look at your life, really. Check it out. What works and what doesn't work? Are all departments in your life the way you want them? Are you healthy? Are you happy? Are you prosperous? Are you creatively fulfilled? Do you feel safe? Do you feel secure? What areas do you need to work on? Is there more work to do? How do you need to change your thinking in certain areas? See, are you really aware of what you're currently saying and how you're saying it? A lot of us aren't too aware of that. And I find an exercise that works very well is to put a tape recorder by your telephone. And every time you make a call or every time you get a call, you push that record button. And after the tape is full on both sides, then you sit down and listen to it. And you will get a great idea. It will be very clear to you of what you say and how you're saying it. You know, it's said that we only use 10% of our brain. Well, I think we really use even less of our spiritual powers. The potential within us is enormous, and we scarcely tap it. I think we really are all healers. I think this is something that we have within us, but we have to know it. We have to know it. So how are you using your spiritual powers? Are you using them for your benefit? Are you choosing your thoughts and your words with care and precision? Do you meditate? See, meditate to me is being quiet long enough to go within to hear the wisdom that's within you. I don't have answers for you. I can give some guidelines. But in each and every one of you is all the wisdom and all the answers to all the questions you'll ever ask. But you've got to trust yourself enough and quiet down enough to go inside. My form of meditation is to sit down and close my eyes and say, what is it I need to know? And then just sit there and see what comes up. Because I know whatever I need to know is going to be revealed to me. Do you visualize the things that you want? If you want something, do you see it clearly in your mind? Do you visualize world peace? Do you make declarations? Do you do affirmations? Do you do treatment work to create for yourself what you want? Or do you just hope it'll happen? See, hoping really means that we don't believe it's going to happen at all. See, only you can clear out your own pain. Nobody can do that for you but yourself. There's so much more to our life. There's so much more to your life than perhaps you're accepting or that you're aware of. We are powerful human beings. We are very powerful, and we need to accept our own power. As we enlarge our awareness, as we begin to understand more, we also expand our horizons, and our whole world opens up. We're at a point in time where we need to have a much more cosmic view of life. You can let your world become all that it can be